Hello, hello. I hope that you are well. I definitely wanted to hop on today and just check in because it's been a minute and I wanted to give an update to you, my YouTube family. I was checking some of my information on this channel just to, see what was going on with uh, things. And I noticed that there have been a couple of new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you for connecting here with me. This particular channel is dedicated to supporting you in your inner healing, your personal development, and your life skills, high impact life skills, really just wanting to support you in your ability to thrive. And my testimony and my life experiences really help to shape some of the dialogue around those three goals that I have, and the three things that I like to serve the public with. Like as I mentioned, inner healing, personal development, and high impact life skills. And so I was just reflecting just about the importance of really preparing for the work week. Today's Sunday, and a lot of people deal with Sunday blues. Sometimes people call it the Sunday scaries. And it's just ultimately anticipated anxiety. People are struggling with anticipated anxiety, right? And so anytime you are facing anticipated anxiety, that means that there are some things that are going on in your world that you can potentially, I would argue, definitely, potentially, and doesn't even make sense. Let me phrase that a different way. I would argue that with anticipated anxiety, that there are steps, some mindful steps that you can take for sure that can ease your day and your existence so that you can not just survive, but thrive. Now that sounds like a better way to put it. So forgive me because it's been a long day, and I still wanted to just hop on and connect, as I mentioned, with the new subscribers and with just the family that's here, and give you an update. But before I give you the update, I wanted to just talk through a little bit with you about some things that you can do to make your work week better. I know for me, I spent significant amount of time in my last job just working through the frustration of being in that environment because the grace had lifted. It had really been a very long and very fruitful, I would say, career in social work. But I wouldn't even say burned out. It just, the grace lifted. It was time for me to move on to the next thing and what I needed to be shaped and formed by and what I needed to become. Hey, Kel, it's good to see you. I hope you're well. So that being the case, I decided to really be aware as to what was going on in my life. And really that happened through a very hard work day. There was just this conglomerate, this symphony of foolishness that happened on a work day. And I sat there at my desk just so frustrated with everything that was happening. And I had a moment where I was like, I'm going to go to my supervisor's desk and tell her, look here, ma'am, I don't know what y'all doing, but this is for the birds and I'm done with this job. So you're going to have to figure out whatever you need to figure out. Cause today's my last day. Deuces. And then, so I sat there at my desk thinking through that scenario and then sitting with the sobriety that I had responsibilities and things that I needed to do that, would be definitely hindered if I didn't have a job and income and etc. So I calmed myself down. Still enough, I was still like frustrated enough to where I reached out to my mentor just to ask him for some support, which was a rare thing because I typically only schedule appointments and things like that with him. I typically don't, ask for like urgent guidance and support and just to check in and that type of thing. So for me reaching out to him, like he knew it was serious and I was even the more aware that like this was a very serious moment, very serious circumstance because I was just really, really spent and really frustrated. So out of that conversation, as well as just me knowing that I had to make a significant change, that evening I went home, I applied for the GRE exam. And then I also started looking into some other programs so that I could get back into school and get the training that I needed to move forward in my life. And so after that conversation, after I took action to make a significant change for myself, the burden, the frustration, the weight lifted. Now, there was enough agitation, enough agitation there to keep me focused and to keep me moving towards, the transformation that I needed to have. Uh, and I'm grateful for that. And I think sometimes we need that. Sometimes that undercurrent of frustration that's there in your life is there to nudge you to keep moving forward in the transformation that your soul needs so that you as a triune being of spirit, soul, and body, so in your soul is the part of you that like vetoes and is very much so a guiding part of you. And so your body can be well, your spirit can be in a good place, but if your soul is messed up, that throws all things out of alignment. And to be very, very clear, if your body is out of alignment or if your spirit is out of alignment and the other two are better, you as a whole being, a whole triune being, you're still out of alignment and you need to bring things back into its proper state, right? So for me, and perhaps even for you, if you know that this is resonating with you because you're not satisfied, you're not feeling complete in who you are because of things that go on in your work environment or things that go on in your family life or things that go on in your relationships, whatever it may be, I'm inviting you to be aware and to take steps for transformation. Practically speaking, some things that you can do would be to name the things that are causing you anxiety. Write a list, write those things out so that you can be able to organize that list and you can have it set from high, medium, low categories. And that way you'll have a plan on what you need to do to take the necessary and make the necessary changes for your transformation, right? And for some people, they would like to tackle the hard things first, and get those things out of the way and then be able to, flow forward. But for others, you may want to take something that is more along the lines of like a medium level of urgency and then, work your way forward from there. That way, you can perhaps see quicker results, and that keeps you motivated to keep making more and more and more steps of transformation. Another thing that helped me in my process was to get accountability. Having somebody standing there with me, cheering me on, believing in me, giving me feedback was helpful in that step between leaving the job that the grace had lifted from for me to, do well and not have to take a ton of wellness days. and I definitely encourage you to take wellness days if you need to, because that's literally what helped keep me in a good space to do that work. Even though I needed to leave it, I still needed to serve the public and serve the people that were relying on me. And to do that well, that required that I take lots of mental health days. I say that very transparently. So in addition to me taking the mental health days, right, from work, and the accountability, I think it was easier for me to work alongside of my accountability because I did have that awareness of what I needed to do. And because I did finally decide to start, some of the things that were most significant to the transformation that I was seeking, which was furthering my education, getting into a program that was going to help me be prepared for the work that I was wanting to do, right? So once I made that decision, and then I staffed my life with people who could help hold me accountable, being transparent with them was easier because my mind was made up and I was able to like move forward and keep that momentum going of making those decisions that were necessary to leave that job, get into this school program that I desired, and begin that process of formation. So throughout this thread, or this arc, if you will, of, like I said, leaving the job, going through the process to get accepted into the program that I needed, and then actually realizing that dream, being accepted, starting the actual school work, that whole arc was supported through the practice of meditation, which was very, very helpful. Growing up as, a young girl in my parents' home, they definitely promoted and even demonstrated for me and my siblings the significance and the grace, the discipline, the power that comes from meditation. And so I remember, I would be bored and my parents would be like, especially my dad, go meditate. And I'm like, I just said I was bored. And now you're telling me to go meditate. Like, how is that going to help me not be bored? But as I began that practice and kept up that practice and kept trying different things that could help build the discipline or the practice of meditation, I started finding ease in it, and I started finding great enjoyment in it, and I started finding that there was such a residence of peace in that process. And I'm so glad that before I got accepted into the program, because I was accepted into Duke Divinity School, before I got accepted into that program, I really got into the habit of meditating and doing it consistently. And that helped tremendously in being able to manage in a very rigorous environment that is present at Duke Divinity School. So Duke University as a whole is world renowned for its academic rigor and the intensity that many students experience in that environment. And it's not it's for a reason, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot that they're instilling in you to shape and form you to be your best. And so I definitely appreciate the program. I'm just grateful that I came into the program with some tools that could help me not just survive through that process, but to thrive. And I think that just the spiritual formation that I've experienced, and also my GPA, helps to give substance to my thriving in this program. So I'm just wanting you to recognize that you don't have to suffer week by week, day by day even, in your reality and where you're working and where you're serving and where you're being formed, whether that's even in academia, right? You do not have to suffer. The only days that you enjoy life should not only be the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. No, you should be able to enjoy your life every day of the week. And the way that you do that is just really being aware. It's being aware of any anticipated anxiety that you may be carrying. It is also through creating a plan of action so that you can overcome those things that are causing you anxiety, and you can take the steps that's necessary to make a change, a transformation in your life, in your world, right? And then also engaging in the practice of meditation. When you engage the practice of meditation, there's clarity that comes, there's peace that comes, there's orderliness that helps you in your life every day, every moment, in your relationships, in good spaces and in challenging spaces, with people that you have really good chemistry and connection with, and also with people that you may still be needing to understand better so that your relationship cannot be so rocky, so tense, right? Meditation is a powerful tool. It is a powerful, high impact life skill. And I'm encouraging you to definitely build the practice of meditation. So, here on YouTube, I've already shared a very simple guided meditation that you could use. That's one of the guided meditations that are available now. With this academic rigor, I recognize that it would not be wise to, really try to do a lot of the guided meditations at this point, at least for now, and upload them to YouTube. But definitely, the plan is to, in 2022, provide much, much more content along those lines that can be a benefit to you. However, in the meantime, in between time, you can connect with Meditate and Muse through the Meditate and Muse challenge that is open. Or if you're ready to just go ahead and dive right into the program, you can join the full program. So in the description box, there is a link, myronakr.com. I think it's /thrive. And it's either black, blah, 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 backslash or /. It's one of the two. Why don't I just look? Maybe looking would be helpful. That way I can get you the correct information. I'm just saying. But for sure, it's accessible on my website, and you will be able to find the different options. So if you want to do just the challenge, test it out, see what it's like, see what you can benefit from it, you're welcome to take the challenge. It would be, I think, a great opportunity because you get just all of the fun aspects of the meditation program in a little 3-day nugget. Boom. So you can try it out through Meditating Muse. It's a 3-day challenge. Or if you're ready, like I said, to just dive right in and get into the full program, you can do that. So the link is this, myronakr.com /thrive. But the link is definitely in the description box. So click the link, check it out, join either the 3-day challenge or the full program, and you will be able to get great momentum in your life and great peace, great clarity, and be able to move forward in great hope in realizing who you are supposed to be. And this is a phenomenal thing. So I just bless you. I am super excited for you. This particular program is a program that I also use, and it has really, really, really proven to be super beneficial, as I am, like I said, progressing through the academic rigor of Duke Divinity School. And we'll talk more about the program. I'm excited to share more with you. I'm going to be hopping on doing more lives just because that's the best way for me to connect with you all, be able to give you information, and also to keep, a flow, a rhythm going. So I hope that you're well. Know that I love you, but Jesus will always love you best. And I will see you around. Thank you so much to all of the new subscribers. I appreciate you. I am looking forward to really building this platform, this community. So let's stay connected. If you have any questions, drop your questions in the comments, and I will definitely take the time to respond. It's been good chatting with you. Have a great week. Bye.